All right, like I told you, the ding dong, the witch is back. Well, here I am. And this is Intro 3, Week 4, Career Development. Just want to make sure we touch on what you need to know and that we went over yesterday. Counter offer. Know what rectify is. Job skills, probationary period, and self esteem. And your past job previews and practicum evaluation can be used to support your claims of your individual characteristics. In other words, I can do this, I can do this. Well, anybody can say that, but in letter A, capital A, if you have something to back it up, all the better. Job search methods. Remember, networking is the best, but the school career placement office also helps, and that would be Miss Bonnie. Cover letter. It's got to accompany a resume, and when you say, I believe I have the qualities you require, beginning of last paragraph. Your resume, there's different formats. Chronological. It focuses mainly on your employment history. It shows your job duties in each position, and education is usually at the top. We start off at the top, okay? Oh, thank y'all. I got your email. It said you got it, okay? All right, got the pre-med one anyway. Special skills section, if you're bilingual, if you can do computer, like burn up the keyboard, whatever. Combination uses a skill set, the employment history, and if there's been a gap, like let's say you had a child, okay? Use that type of format. But again, never speak negatively about your former employers. All right, on page 2, on where it says on your resume, the one that is highlight in red. First of all, no salary history or your current requirement. Well, I require a 2-hour lunch and I require a limo to bring me to work. Well, the boss is going to say you required to look someplace else for a job. Sorry. Never put see resume on your job application. Job references, see resume. That just looks like you're lazy. If I got to see your resume for it, and you couldn't take time to write it, what? It's not like you have a job and you're so busy. You're looking for a job. Write it down. Proofread your resume. I told you about the ding dongs we got here. Oh Lord, have mercy. Yes, I mean, please. And these are adult, just like us, adults. All right. Everybody makes boo boos, but if you have somebody else read it, they may be able to catch it where you don't. All right. Okay. Be completely honest on your resume. Do not embellish, because employers do check up, they follow up. Now, the worst thing I think that a previous or prior employer could say is she just would not be considered for rehiring here. In other words, that's double talk for don't even think about hiring her, okay? They can't go into specifics because then you could sue them if you were the employee. But be totally honest. Also, check your, what do they call it, social media, all that stuff on your phone, emails and anything else that can come back to bite you on the butt. Believe me, they check that too. They want to know if their employee's going out to a strip club as the stripper on the weekends, all right? So please check it. Also, when you do go to job to fill out an application, bring an erasable pen, all right? All right, your portfolio, letter E on page 2. That is evidence of specific skills that can be done. And you've got examples of each of these. And you're going to organize it like in a binder, all right, to help the person reading it identify important papers. Also include like a table of contents in the front. Resume, certification for this, certification for that. Certificate for using such and such your continuing education. That's another thing. If you think your education stops when you finish school here, no. In the healthcare field, your education never stops because new things are developed constantly. So you have to have what's called CEUs every year or continuing education units. Keep those, all right? Keep copies of them so you can put them in your portfolio. All right, the interview. Never speak negatively about your former or prior employer. I told you about the 2 girls that had 2 different extern sites. Best of friends, but they went to different places, a man and a female doctor, dentist. And lunchtime, they called each other. How do you like yours? Oh, mine's great. This woman is so nice. She does this and that and lets me do this. Well, I wish I was there because this guy doesn't do crap. His office is a mess and all this other mess. They hang up. Well, they happened to be talking in the afternoon to the person they were with, especially the one that was with the female. Boy, she says, I'm glad I'm not with that guy my friend's with. His office is a mess. He's a pigsty. He doesn't care about the patients. He does things halfway. And the doctor happened to ask, who is it? And she told her the name. That was the woman's husband, because the woman had gotten her dental degree under her maiden name. You never know who you're talking to, okay? Yes, anyway. 4 phases of the interview. Preparation. Do mock interviews. Look in the mirror. Look at your facial expressions. Eye contact. Not like this, like you're staring them down. God, my eyes are red. That's all right, they're cute. No, I'm kidding. Not like you're gonna stare them down, but just eye contact. You don't wanna go, well, let's see, I did that last year, and I worked well with patients. I did that a lot. Oh, that's gonna get you real far, all right? Actual interview, eye contact. The follow-up, a polite thank you note. Does not have to be a dissertation or War and Peace. Doesn't have to be that thick, like a book. Just a simple note. But what it does is it brings your name up in front of them again, all right? And finally, negotiations. You got the job, all right? Now, after you've been offered the job, they're gonna negotiate with you a salary. Like I said, don't price yourself so low that you can't get out of it, but you don't wanna price yourself so high that you scare them away. Kind of find out what the pay going rate is. Now remember, you're fresh out of school. Oh, you're gonna hear of people making 20 and 22 an hour, but they've been doing this for a while. So fresh out of school, you cannot expect to have to use 3 people to carry your check to the bank on payday because it's that heavy. It may not work that way. All right, oh wait, questions the interviewer should not ask you. Should not. Number 1, who takes care of your children while you're at work? And it seems like an innocent question, but that can lead to a lot of stuff that you don't have to say, all right? And interviewers usually know this. Some of them don't, but, okay? I'm gonna tell you all of this after. Okay, who takes care of your kids? Are you willing to put your child in daycare? This is, if they never ask you, do you have kids? If they just say, how long have you been married? Oh, 4 years. Would you be willing to put your child in daycare? Well, they didn't ask if you had kids, and if you say, well, yeah, then they know, oh shit, she's got a little one. Oh, I didn't mean to say that, I'm sorry. Or, you know, this way it lets them know that you have a child, all right? So, please, make sure, I'm gonna tell you how to handle all of this. They should not ask you about your family status. These are illegal to ask. If you are married, if you own a car, your age, your nationality, your maiden name, they can look you up. Have you ever been arrested? Do you have any disabilities? What church or religion are you? What year did you graduate from high school? Well, if you didn't give them, they can't ask you your age. If they ask you what year you graduated from high school and you tell them 2000, they can count back 17 years and figure out how old you are, all right? Interviewers can and possibly will ask, so tell me about yourself. That's an open-ended, loaded question. Now, answer it, but don't reflect information about your personal issue. Instead, focus on the answers on your profession and the strength that will be an asset to the healthcare setting. And you can just ask the interviewer whether you can respond to questions that are relative directly to the job or that relate directly to the job. And they're gonna think, oh, I got a winner here. I mean, you know, you're telling them, you know, don't just say, I'm not gonna answer that, or I can't answer that, or I won't answer that. Can I just answer questions really that relate to the job and my skills and how I can help you? There you go. All right, question the interviewer may ask you. Again, so tell me about yourself, remember the paragraph above, or Whom do you admire the most? Oh, it was my teacher, it was my mother, it's my aunt, whoever, all right? Make sure that you have questions ready for the interviewer. Nothing I despise more and looks more dummified than when the interviewer says, "So, do you have any questions for me?" And the person goes, "No, not really, no." Please have some questions ready, all right? Um, Make sure you have questions ready. Why, you tell them why would you be successful in this position, all right? When asked if you have any questions, the worst thing you can say is no. A good question for you to ask the interviewer is, when would it be acceptable for me to call to follow up? Okay? Now, they're going to ask, this is not in the notes, listen to me. They may ask you, tell me one drawback or one downfall that you have. And I usually write these on the board when the students tell me, because there's so many. Well, I like the sleep late. And they're being honest. I like the sleep late. I don't like discipline. I don't like somebody telling me what to do. I don't, oh, you can forget it. The best answer, best in the world. Tell me one of your downfalls. Well, I don't speak a foreign language fluently. Now, you've answered that question without answering it. Now, if you do speak a second language, well, I don't speak a third language fluently. And they're going to think to themselves, shit, if this is the only downfall this child has, I'll take two of her. Okay? You're telling them, yes, I have downfalls, but that's what it is. You go into this, I don't like somebody telling me what to do. I don't like being bossed around. You can forget it, all right? That's the perfect question. All right, you get the job. Yes, indeed. Now, there is a probationary period. Most jobs have it. This is the time to become oriented to the workplace. Never, and this is in red, never arrive late or not come into work or miss a day or be tardy. I don't care if you got to drag yourself there bleeding from the gums. Get yourself to work, all right? This time period is set up by the company, and it's usually 30, 60, 90 days, whatever, okay? After the probationary period time, the employee usually is offered perks such as insurance, okay, vacation time, 401k, even maybe a pay raise, all right, after the probationary time. Never, ever, ever be a know-it-all. Show interest in the job and show teamwork. Look, nobody wants to work past 5 o'clock if that's your hours. But another question you could ask when the interviewer says, do you have any questions for me? Is there an opportunity for overtime? Now, first of all, who the hell looks at overtime as an opportunity? But you didn't say, will I have to work overtime? Or is there an opportunity for overtime? Which sounds better to you if you were hiring somebody? See what I'm talking about? Okay. All right. Some reasons people don't get, performance appraisals. Okay. These are job evaluations. They're usually done after the probationary period and then usually annually. Make sure you know those 2 times. After the probationary period and then annually on your anniversary date of working there, all right? Performance appraisals are rarely perfect, except for me. I didn't say that, but I did get some. Anyway, they're rarely perfect, so don't be disappointed, all right? Nobody walks on water today, thank God. We have one that did, and that was it. Take any criticism gracefully, and remember there's always room for improvement. And remember, too, these are job appraisals, not your personal appraisal. Unless you have a bad attitude, then that's going to come out no matter what, all right? Some reasons people don't get offered the job. They show a lack of interest. They talk too much during the interview. Chewing gum, that's another one. Don't. They didn't ask either any questions, or they didn't ask the correct ones, or simply they're not qualified, all right? When you leave a job, Give at least 2 weeks notice, okay? The employer may ask you why you're leaving and offer you more money, shorter hours, or even, look, I'll give you a promotion, and that promotion's gonna come with a raise if you stay with me. That means you gotta be a pretty good employee. But let me tell you something, look at number 2, never, and I mean never, resign or threaten to resign a job to get an increase in salary by force. You're tricking the employer. This is a dangerous practice and move, and once the employer doubts your loyalty, continued employment at the facility is deeply in question, okay? So don't call to check on the job too often after you've been interviewed. Don't bug them. I mean, look, they're short-handed, okay? They will call, but I don't like it, though, when offices, any kind of offices, will let you know by the end of the week. And let's say that was Wednesday. Friday rolls around 5 o'clock, no phone call. You know you ain't getting any. That's not right either. That's like if you tell a patient, look, we're gonna call you back with the test results on Tuesday. That person is sitting by the phone biting their fingernails because they don't know what the test results are. If Tuesday you don't get the results by the afternoon, you call that patient and just let them know, we didn't get the results, but I promised I would call you. Do you know what that person's gonna think of you? Because you took the time to call. They're not sitting there thinking, oh God, they forgot about me, or the results are really bad. Call them and just touch base with them. And then when you do get the results, let them know. So don't call to check in on the job like every 2 weeks maybe. And in the application and resume, let me tell you something. Once you are hired, they hire you, your resume and your job application become a legal document. I don't know if you knew about that. Wherever you work, I don't care if it's McDonald's, Burger King, Popeye, Wendy's, whatever. Once you are hired, your job application becomes a legal document, all right? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop now because it's about to run out on me. And tomorrow, we're gonna have a really good review. But, let's see, I don't know if there's anything else I need to tell y'all. I'm gonna download, upload, sideways load. Look at my mask. Don't you think this is cute? Look. I gotta show you. My big ears sticking out. Look, isn't that cute? Like, I know Miss Wendy and I have one alike. Wendy is the lady that does medical assisting, job placement, and externship. So you will get a chance to meet her. Messed up what hair I got. Anyway, I will talk to you all later. I'm gonna go ahead and text this or email it or whatever I get it to you. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a good afternoon. Bye. Bye-bye.